Jeremy Simpson will drop back deep for Lincoln County with Aaron Simpson. Aaron Simpson will be to the near side, and Jeremy Simpson will be to the far side. So the brother tandem returning to kick for Lincoln County, and Rob Farrell set the kickoff for Cath. And Rob Farrell, an outstanding kicker. Bill Harmon, I give the edge to Cath in the kicking game.
Right, I was watching him, even though the treacherous conditions in the rain, I was watching him, he was making them from 40 yards in pregame. It might be a factor tonight.
Here's the kick, and this 3A title game is underway. And Simpson will take it at the 10, to 15, to 20. The younger Simpson to the 25. He squirts up to the 30 and falls down at the 32-yard line. Hustling to make the play, John Daly, a 5'11", 165 junior, and John also will be the starting fullback in the state championship game for the Colonels of Lynn Ray. So the first Lincoln County attack will start, Bill, at the 32-yard line. They're in the red and the white, Cath in the white with the blue, and Lincoln County opening up this 3A state championship game.
Right, look for Jeremy Simpson coming in, averaging 26 attempts per game. Look for him to get the ball quite a bit here tonight.
Jones in front of Simpson. They spin, give to Simpson right side. He's stacked up by the defense of Cath. Great play.
Pete Wehrman.
And Ricky Wolf and Pete Wehrman, the All-Stater. First team All-Stater Wehrman there to make the play.
Right, and you know, you said you look for him to have a great game. He's got that, he's carrying himself that way. The attitude, if you want to call it that, of a player that's come fired up, as well as the entire Covington Catholic team, and they read that play nicely, a right off tackle play, and they swarmed him and brought him down right there at the line of scrimmage.
He picked up about 1.5 yards at second down. This time to go out of the straight eye formation. The give now to the fullback, and he's going to leap down Lucas, 5'10", 175 senior, and he's going to get to about the 36-yard line. A pickup of about 3, what brings up 3rd down and 5 for Lincoln County. The Patriots, they got to the state championship game in '90. They lost to the Ashland Paul Blazer Tomcats. And Cath, the last time they were here, they won it in 1988 when Mike Wolf, the All-State linebacker, led them in that game.
Right, they've got a good team. They got a good offensive quarterback. Jay Smith comes in 10 touchdowns, only 1 interception, and of course we all know what Simpson's done this year.
Jay Smith will have a slot to the left side. That will be Jones. He pitches now to Jeremy Simpson around the left side. He's at the 40. Breaking tackles 45. And finally he's going to be brought down up at the 45, 46-yard line. Making the play there for Covington Catholic was Jeff Schumacher, 5'10", defensive back, but not before Simpson got the first down for Lincoln up to the 46. 1st and 10 Patriots.
Right, and it was a simple sweep here to the near side towards us, and looked like the end over there threw a nice block on the corner for Covington Catholic. It might have been Hummel, and that's what springed him outside for the 10 yards and a first down.
Lincoln County moving right to left. Jeremy Simpson with a nice run from scrimmage that time. And he's not a real big running back, but he's powerful. They have Jones in front of him in the backfield. They give to Simpson, and he's going to run into the wall there of Cath and go nowhere. Chris Blessing was in there. Matt Robbie was in there. Wolf was in there.
Just a great job of team defense right there, and that's the thing about Covington Catholic. We all know about their great linebacking core, and of course Lenahan had a great game last week, as well as the entire Covington Catholic team. But defensively wise, they really do a good job of getting good pursuit to the football.
9:37 to go in the first period. This is the opening drive of the ball game. Lincoln County. Jay Smith, the quarterback, 2nd down and 8 at the 47. He fakes back now in the pocket, slips, looks to pass over the far side, heaves it up there, and it's going to be picked off by Covington Catholic at the 32. Brian Thoss on the pick. Thoss picked it off, and Jay Smith just hung it up there, and Thoss picks it off for Cath. Cath will go to work offensively. Eric McDavid will be the center. Andy Zarahusen, Eric Ford, Travis Hansen will actually probably start at center tonight. Andy Halloran at tackle with Ben Belbach. Joe Geraci at the Y back. Matt Hummel at the X. Dustin Hicks, the senior quarterback, 6-foot senior. Matt Robbie will back up. John Daly will start at fullback. Mitchell Joe will be the tailback, and we'll see a lot of people at the wideout, including Sean Oliver, Andy Shields, Bryce Calvert. They go out of the I formation, and they fake now to Jobe. Hicks wants to pass right out of the bat, and he's got a lot of running room. Hicks to the 40, Hicks to the 45, and he takes it up to the 48-yard line. Dustin Hicks, an 18-yard pickup. He's finally knocked down there by Lincoln County's defensive back, Donnie McKinney. They will start Daniel Foster and Jason Mitchum at the tackles. Todd Coulter, Dusty Miracle at the ends. The linebackers, Jimmy Jones, Jake Sims, Jeremy Simpson, Eugene Lucas. The corners, Johnny Van Hook and Donnie McKinney, who made the last stop. And Burnell Newcomb will be the safety for the Patriots.
Yeah, and a great sign, just like Beechwood opened up, going to the air on their first play of scrimmage.
And a penalty flag comes down from the line judge. Cath has it up near midfield, and the penalty is going to be against the Colonels. That'll move them back 5 yards, 8:47. Let's go down to our sideline man down on the field, Dave Gaduli, and get some thoughts from him on this game today. Let's go to Dave Gaduli down on the sideline.
Well, I don't know if he recognizes us. I don't think he recognizes.
Right. First down, Cath at the 44-yard line. Going left to right, twin receivers to the near side. Daly in front of Job. Here's the give to Mitchell Job. Job to midfield, running hard, cuts it to the near side, 45. He's at the 40. Job the 30, it's a foot race. He's at the 20, 15, 10, he's gone. Touchdown, Mitchell Job. Mitchell Job goes all the way, and Cath takes an early 6-0 lead.
56-yard run, Gary, and he just outran everybody as he crossed midfield.
Mitchell Job, who Dave Gaduli said looked like Jane, played like Tarzan last week, you might recall. And that time, he was definitely Tarzan of the jungles. He took it all the way, 56 yards. Here's Rob Farrell. This could put Cath up 7-0. Dustin Hicks will hold. Placement down. Kick is up, and it is a beauty. Late call by the officials, but it's right through there. So Cath 7, Lincoln County nothing. 8:31 to go in the first period. We'll be back on the Northern Kentucky Sports Network. Rob Farrell's kick taken in by Jeremy Simpson on the far side of the 10 to 15, 20, 25, knocked down at the 27-yard line. And that's where the Patriots of Lincoln County will go to work. They're 13-1 coming in. Cath 13-1. Bill Harmon mentioned that their lone loss to Cincinnati Moeller this year. Lincoln County lost to the Admirals of Danville earlier in the season. Second ball game out of the chute, they lost to Danville.
Right, and kind of getting back to that first possession by the Patriots, you know, we talked about Jay Smith only having one interception all season long, and his first pass is an interception.
Brian Thoss with the pick for Cath, set up that big Mitchell Job run. Pitch to Simpson around the left side. He's at the 30, 35, breaking tackles. He's at the 40, and he takes it up to the 45. Big run for Jeremy Simpson up to the 45-yard line as he takes it from the 27, so that'll be about an 18-yard pickup, Bill Harmon.
Right, and he's already got 4 carries in the game, and he's got 32 yards, so he's right there at picking up the big yardage there early.
Gary, I tell you what, it's a very emotional sideline over here for Cath. Playing great football. Peter Wehrman on a big-time hit. Mitchell Job, but, you know, they got to keep them going. They got to get the ball back, score again.
That's Dave Gaduli, our sideline analyst this evening from Cardinal Stadium. 7-0, Cath on top. Here come the Patriots. Smith wants to pass far side, and it's going to be incomplete as he throws it behind his intended receiver on the far side of the field. And the intended receiver over there for the Patriots of Lincoln County was Brandon Jenkins, number 18, a 5'7" sophomore.
Yeah, just a little pass that time. They tried to throw out in the flat, and I don't know, maybe there's some anxiety built up in Jay Smith because his first 2 passes, the interception that floated on him, and that pass right there was over the head of his intended receiver.
Jeremy Simpson, Bill Harmon will give you the early numbers on him after this play. 2nd down and 10 for the Patriots. Quick pitch to Simpson around the right side. Simpson and breaking tackles, and at midfield, he's going to be slammed down hard at the midfield stripe. Boy, he paid for that hard running, as coming up to deck him was Matt Robbie, and also up there was Chris Blessing and Wehrman. But a pickup of about 4 or 5. It'll be 3rd down and a long 5 for the Patriots of Lincoln County. 7:17 to go in the first period. Covington Catholic 7 on a 56-yard Mitchell Job run for the score. Lincoln County nothing. Gary Ball with Bill Harmon, Dave Gaduli on the sidelines here from Cardinal Stadium in Louisville. Beechwood already 3-peating today, 13-12 over the undefeated Bardstown Tigers. Lincoln County, Jay Smith back in the pocket. Sets up shop, looks down the near side, heaves it over there, and it's going to be caught at the 38, and then slammed down hard at the 38-yard line is Aaron Simpson. First down, Lincoln County, as they have it at about the 37 of Covington Catholic. That was a floater, but the young man was so wide open, Bill Harmon, there was really nobody from Cov Cath that could do anything about the bad pass.
That's right. It was just a simple pound, and he ran out about 8 yards, turned to the out, and I think Matt Hummel was the guy that came up and put the stick on him, Aaron Simpson, and knocked him out of bounds. But he got over there late on coverage, and I think the play action is what set that play up.
Lincoln County will send Jason Mitchum out to the top of your radio dial. Slot man to the left side. Eugene Lucas will be in front of Jeremy Simpson. They'll quick pitch it to Simpson around the close side. He's the 35, runs into a pile at about the 33 and knocked down there. And there's a lot of Covington Catholic Colonels getting up. Pete Wehrman's in there. Also, Matt Robbie was in there for the Colonels of Covington Catholic. Matt Robbie making a nice play. Pick up for Simpson of about 3 yards. They tried to quick pitch around the close side. Football's a near hash mark. Lincoln's moving right to left. They're in their red jerseys with the white helmets, the red L on the helmet. Cov Cath in the white with the blue numerals, the red trim and the blue pants and the blue helmets.
You know, looking at the Colonel defense, Wolf, Wehrman, and Blessing got a lot of the preseason hype, and Robbie wasn't getting a whole lot, but he's really played big as the season's progressed.
Jay Smith gives left side down, dive forward as the second man through the hole. Jeremy Simpson, and he picks up maybe a yard or two. It'll be third down.
Gary, I was going to say Jeremy Simpson already has 7 carries for 41 yards in the ball game, so he's taking his numbers right the way he's carried all season long. Eric McDavid looked like in there on the tackle for the Colonels.
Nice play by McDavid as he shut down the run there by Simpson.
And you know, he's done a nice job of switching from the offense to the defense,
right,
and played well on that defensive side.
It's a good point, Bill. 5:21 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Cov Cath. Jay Smith now gives the second man through Simpson. He's got a hold of the 20, breaks a tackle, 15, breaks another tackle. He's in for the score. Jeremy Simpson from 33 yards out shows why he's got over nearly 3,000 yards and now 46 touchdowns. That's right, 46 touchdowns for Jeremy Simpson. And we got ourselves a ball game, 7-6 Cov Cath, 5:08 to go in the first quarter.
Yep, just a simple, looks like between the guard and the tackle, and they get the right side of the offensive line, did a nice job of turning the Colonel defense inside, and that allowed Simpson, and we've seen he's got great speed, and he just took it through the hole, broke a tackle after about 10 yards, and then he was off in the end zone.
Dave Francis comes in for the point after touchdown to try to tie it up. High snap, placement down, kick is up, and it is good through the right side. We're tied at 7, 5:08 to go in the first quarter of the AAA State Championship. We'll be back on the Northern Kentucky Sports Network. David Francis will tee it up. Jeremy Simpson has just gone 33 yards for the Patriots to tie it up. Colonel scored on a Mitchell Joe 56-yard scampers. He outran everybody down the near sideline, but it was Jeremy Simpson with power football running over a couple of would-be Cov Cath tacklers.
That's right, and you said during the break they're going to have to start tackling that guy because he's broken several tackles on his 8 runs already in the contest, and he's already at 41. He's at 74 yards.
The squib kick, but there's a penalty flag down before Lincoln kicks the ball, as one of the judges is going to talk to the referee, see what the call is here. Not sure. It looked like maybe somebody's got too many men on the football field. That's going to be the call. Lincoln County had too many men on the field.
Right. That's a 5-yard penalty, and just back them up, they'll have to kick it off at the 35. So looks like they're going to, as we saw right there, a squib kick. Looks like they don't want to give Covington Catholic a chance to return it.
The Patriots of Lincoln County come in 13-1. Their only loss to Danville. Cov Cath 13-1. Their lone loss to Cincinnati Moeller will be in action tomorrow. And semifinal action of Division I of Ohio. 5:08 to go here in the first period. 7-7 score. Jeremy Simpson with his 46th touchdown this year.
That's right, and he's got a chance. He gets 2 more. He'll tie the all-time state record in Kentucky.
Herbie Phelps.
Was it 1968?
Sure was.
Right.
Good memory. So Lincoln County's David Francis now will have to kick it from the 35. They're kicking right to left on your radio dial here in the Cardinal Stadium. Bit of a drizzle. The rain has slacked off a little bit, Bill Harmon.
Yeah, it looks like it stopped, maybe just a miss, so that's a good sign.
Here's the kick, and it's a short one to the near side. I think Hummel's got it at the 30, and we have another penalty flag down. Matt Hummel there on the reception at the 30 on the kick. 5:07 to go.
I think it's going to be offsides against Lincoln County on the kickoff. Ball start.
Lincoln and Cov Cath knotted up 7-all. Gary Ball with Bill Harmon. Dave Gaduli manning the sidelines here this evening as he did today. And I tell you, Bill Harmon, he ought to get extra pay for weathering that storm. I mean, it was raining hard today. Dave Gaduli was drenched after that Beechwood win over Bardstown today earlier this afternoon.
Yeah, it was. This sweatshirt was soaked. I know when we got back to the hotel and he took it off, it weighed about 10 more pounds just from the water. So.
That brings up another point. We want to thank the folks at the executive inn here, Executive Cesar Lancena, the sales manager, for all the hospitality. Got a nice suite over there at the executive inn, and join the friendly confines of the executive inn here in Louisville, Kentucky. Give them a call and reserve your room today.
Right.
5:07, and here's the kick, and it's going to be a squib kick, and Cov Cath's going to have it at the 42-yard line. Cov Cath there to pounce on it. They'll start at the 42, and there to pounce on it for the Colonels of Covington Catholic was Rob Newhouse. Newhouse was 6 foot, 200-pound senior, pounced on it, and the Colonels will start at the Lincoln County 42-yard line. I don't think that was a very good play there by Lincoln County, kicking the ball like that. With Cov Cath starting down Lincoln territory here, 7-7 score, 5:05 to go in the first period of action.
No, the thing that makes it even more ridiculous is they already had 2 penalties that marched them back 10 yards, and that kick had set them up even better than they would have had it in the first place.
Twins to the top for Dustin Hicks. Daly in front of Mitchell Jobe. They start at the Lincoln 42. Give to Jobe left side. Jobe running hard, and he nearly broke it again as he takes it to the 35. Mitchell Jobe nearly popped another one as he picks up about 6 or 7. First time he toted the ball, he took it 56 yards to pay dirt.
Yeah, and he's had a great season. I think he's over 1,100 yards. And
he's over 1,200 now.
Right, and of course he had 18 touchdowns coming in, so they make it 19. He's having an outstanding year, and he really is the workhorse of the backfield. They really don't use a whole lot of other guys as far as in attempts. They rush the football.
Calvert and Shields to the near side. Daly in front of Mitchell Jobe. 2nd down and 4 from the 36 of Lincoln. Hicks sliding left, gives to Jobe. Jobe down to the 30-yard line. He's got the first down. Mitchell Jobe. Tackle made there by one of the backup players for Lincoln County, and making the play there was Mike Reed, a 5'10", 180-pound senior, number 45 for Lincoln County. First down, Cov Cath at the 30 of the Patriots. Colonels going left to right on your radio dial.
Right, and Mitchell Jobe continues to get the job done with Covington Catholic running the football. And you know, it's not ready now, as you mentioned earlier, but even though the field is still a little wet, it is good just to keep the ball on the ground for the most part.
Twins to the top. That's the open side of the field. Dustin Hicks now gives to Jobe again. He dances down to the 28, 27, still running hard. Finally gang tackled there by a host of people. Reed was in there. Also Johnny Van Hook, a 5'9 senior cornerback. Reed we mentioned in there, but Van Hook helped him out a lot. PA announcer John Tong didn't give him credit, but he probably should have, Bill Harmon.
Yeah, it looks like he came in to help out on that play, and they had a couple of guys in on that tackles. One of the few times, the thing about it is both these teams, Mitchell Jobe's having a good start to this ball game, running the football, and of course Jeremy Simpson for Lincoln County has had some great runs already as well.
2nd and 7 for the Colonels at the 28-yard line of Lincoln County. Football right in the middle of the field. Colonels with the I formation. Fake to Daly. Hicks wants to pass. Looks over the far side, and it's going to be incomplete at the 18. Receiver made a nice catch over there, Sean Oliver, but he was out of bounds, incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd down now and about 7 for the Colonels at the 28 of Lincoln County. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first period, and we're knotted up at 7 apiece.
Right, and that's a shame because it was a little about an 8-yard out pattern by Oliver, and he was wide open. Hicks just let him a little bit on the out, and when he came down, he was out of bounds, and he was wide open. What they did is they sent Shields deep on a post corner, and he took the safety with him. As we said, too bad he was out of bounds. It would have been a big play.
Trip set to the near side this time. Lone back will be Cogswell. Hicks getting pressure. He eludes it. Runs to the right side, and he's going to be thrown down at about the 26-yard line. Hicks on the carry takes it to about the 26. So that'll bring up 3rd down. Check, it'll be 4th down and about 6. And Cov Cath looks like they're going to go for it. They're not bringing Rob Farrell in here. They're in his range. He can kick him from about 45.
Right, and as I said, I saw him, I was watching him in the pregame. He was down there kicking him from 40 yards, and he was putting them right through the uprights. And you know, we talked about he worked with Doug Pelfrey of the Cincinnati Bengals. He's having a fine year. And I think that's helped him out, but Coach Lynn Rays decided to go ahead and go for it here on 4th and 5.
4th down and 5. They need to get down inside the 21-yard line. Colonels. Hicks back. Here comes pressure. Hicks throws it downfield, and it's caught at the 20. They got the first down to the 19 on a big fourth down play. Cath comes up big. It was Kevin Brummer. He brought in the play. He made the catch. He got the first down. That's what you call instant offense off the bench.
That's exactly right. And Kevin Brummer's the kind of guy that doesn't get a whole lot of passes thrown his way, but when he does get the reception, it's usually for a big play, and that time he made it on 4th and 5, and all he did, he lined up at the tight end. He just did a little out pattern on the flat. Hicks did a nice job of rolling out under pressure and found him for the reception in the first down.
At the 19, 1st and 10 Colonels. They have twin receivers to the top. Mitchell Jobe, the eye back behind Daly. Hicks from the 19. Gives now to Daly. He's at the 15, and he's plastered right there at about the 15 on good defense. Turned in by Lincoln County, and in particular, Dusty Miracle. Miracle making the play there. Also in on the play was Johnny Van Hook. A pickup of about 4 for Daly. And at the 15, it'll be 2nd down, and let's call it a long 5, possibly 6, as the Colonels, Bill, from our angle, looks like they need to get to about the 9 for a first down. Quick pitch around the left side to Cogswell. Cogswell trying to cut the corner. He's at the 13. He runs over top of a player at about the 11. It'll be 3rd down and 2. And there were several players over there making the play for Lincoln County. Burnell Newcomb was over there. And also over there for the Patriots making the play was Steve Mullins, number 21. 3rd down and about 2.
Right, that was a play they brought Kevin Cogswell in there to run that time, and it was a simple pitch. He ran to the far side, which is to the left, and he just couldn't get around the corner. They did a nice job of taking the cutback lanes away from him, and when he tried to get outside, that's where he ran into Newcomb and company.
Cath with twin receivers to the near side. They have it on the far hash mark. Daly in front of Mitchell Jobe. They give to Jobe, and he dances down to close to the 9, still on his feet. And it's going to depend on the mark. They may be just shy of the first down. I think it's going to be 4th and less than a yard, about a half a yard for the Colonels. Mitchell Jobe, the ball carrier. And they're going to mark it inside the 10, so it'll be 4th and less than a yard for the Colonels. They need about a half a yard. 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. Cath 7, Lincoln County 7.
Yeah, and it's decision time once again. They're definitely in Farrell's range, as they were on the last time they had a 4th and 5 just 3 plays ago. But I think Coach Ray's decided to go for it. He understands that a 7-7 game, as many points as you get is going to be a benefit for your team.
They have brought Ricky Wolf and Robbie into block. They give to Jobe. He's got the first down. He's hit hard. Ball comes out. Hicks picks it up. He's at the 5. He's going to get in. Touchdown Hicks. What a great bounce for Cath. Jobe was hit hard at the 10. The ball bounced right back to Hicks. He scooped it up like a shortstop, took it in for the score, and Cath, what an opportunistic play by Hicks, 13-7. You could say lucky bounce, but Dustin Hicks has got to be there to make that play.
Right, and what did it remind us of? It reminded us of Thomas More Defiance and Greg Skafko and that great play he made to win that game. And that's just heads up. I mean, a quarterback, he could make that handoff and stand back there and be a spectator, but instead he kept concentration in there to pick up the ball and get the touchdown.
Took it in for the score. Here's the Farrell kick up, and it is a beauty. 14-7, Cath, 9 seconds to go as Dustin Hicks picks up the fumble and takes it in about 12 yards for the score. 14-7. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. Colonels lead 14-7.
Right, I tell you what, if it was on grass, I don't know if he'd have got that kind of bounce.
That's true. That's true. Here's a Rob Farrell kick. And Simpson, the younger one, will take it at the 15-20. He's at the 25, dancing to the 29, and tripped and falls down at about the 29-yard line. Hustling down there to make the play for Covington Catholic was Galen Healy, a 5'8 junior, 155-pounder. Healy making the play there. And it'll be at the 28, they'll say that the younger Simpson, and in this case Aaron Simpson, he's the sophomore younger brother to Jeremy Simpson. And he's tripped up. They mark it at the 28-yard line. Lincoln County in the red, going right to left on your radio dial. That's going to do it for the first quarter of action. First quarter comes to a close. Covington Catholic 14, Lincoln County 7. We'll be back. Lincoln County 28. They give now to the fullback, and he's going nowhere as he's spun around. That's Eugene Lucas, and he's going to be spun around and knocked down there by the defense of Covington Catholic. I believe it was Matt Robbie, and I tell you, Matt Robbie's going to play some college football someday. You can take that to the bank. As a matter of fact, there's a couple of MAC schools that are already offering him a full ride, Bill Harmon.
Right, I think Ball State might be one of those schools that are interested in him. And I said it earlier, the other 3 linebackers for Cath got a lot of the preseason hype, and Robbie was just kind of in the wings, and he stepped up, and he just improved game by game this season. He's turned into a fine linebacker.
Pick up of 3. Here's a quick pitch around the right side of Simpson. He's hit it. He's not going to go anywhere. Great play by Cath. Super play by Ricky Wolf. He grabbed Jeremy Simpson. He said, take that, and you're 3,000 yards.
Yeah, Ricky Wolf did a nice job of fighting off the block. I think it was Lucas out there trying to lead for Jeremy Simpson, and Wolf just blew right by him, and he was there to take Simpson down for the loss of about 5 yards.
A loss of 5, as Bill said, all the way back to the 27. It'll be 3rd down and 12 for the Patriots of Lincoln County. As we start second quarter action, Cath 14, Patriots 7. I formation, wide out to the near side for Smith. Quick pitch to Simpson around the left side. Simpson at the 30, and he's hit knocked down at the 30. A pickup of about 4. Matt Hummel and Pete Wehrman there to make the play.
Yeah, and that was a simple play. They tried to run the sweep to the far side of the field, and the play got strung out nicely by Covington Catholic, and when he tried to cut back, that's where he met Mr. Wehrman and Mr. Hummel. And we just heard during that last break that Matt Hummel was a recipient of one of the scholarship awards given to each one player from each team, and we'd like to congratulate him on that receiving.
Right,
that
Matt
award.
Hummel will drop back deep to receive this punt from Dustin Miracle. High snap to Miracle. He gets the punt off. It's a low punt and almost hit a Cath player. Takes a roll inside the 40. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 37. So that's where Cath will have the football at about the 37-yard line. They'll move right to left. The Colonels 14, the Patriots 7. 10 minutes to go here in this first half of action. Stay with us at halftime. We've got a very special guest that's going to chat with us. Terry Bimker, the writer for the Kentucky Post, is going to talk with us here at halftime.
Right, and looking at the score, 14-7, and Covington Catholic scored on both of their first 2 possessions. And looking at Lincoln County, they only come in giving up 7 points a game. Covington Catholic only 9.8, so we thought it'd be defensive struggle. It's turning to be the other way around.
Dustin Hicks now sets the offensive line. Lincoln showing a blitz. Hicks fakes it now, wants to pass it. Looking over the far side, and it's going to be incomplete at the 34-yard line. Good defense by Lincoln County. Nice play by Johnny Van Hook, the corner there, as he cut the legs out from under the intended receiver, who that time on the far side was Sean Oliver for Covington.
Yeah, and it looked like it was just they sent one receiver. I'm not for sure if it was Shields. I think they sent Shields deep on a fly pattern, and he sent Oliver underneath, and that's who Hicks tried to go to, and he just overthrew.
Didn't you think Hicks, when the play was developing, was going to go deep, and then all of a sudden he went for the middleman, didn't he?
Right. I think that's his first notion, and he decided to throw underneath instead.
Wide outs both sides. Dustin Hicks now. Delayed draw to Mitchell Jobe. He's to the 44. Mitchell Jobe up to the 45, about 3 yards shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and a long 3 for the Colonels. Making the play there for Lincoln County, Burnell Newcomb. But you know the problem with that, Bill Harmon? When Burnell Newcomb's making the play, he's the last man. He's the safety for Lincoln County.
Right, that's when you know you have problems. And we've seen Mitchell Jobe running strong here early in this contest. That he's getting through the holes, and then he's forcing the secondary to make all the plays, and you just can't afford that. And I'm sure the Patriots coaching staff is not happy to see that take place.
3rd down and a long 3 up near the 45 for the Colonels of Covington Catholic. They're on top 14-7 here in the AAA State Championship from Cardinal Stadium. Twins to the near side. Daly comes in motion. Hicks fakes now. Rolling right. Hicks has got some time. Here comes pressure. Throws it downfield. Just throws the ball away on the far side of the field. And that'll bring up 4th down for the Colonels of Covington Catholic. 9:02 to go here in the first half, and they'll have to punt the ball to the Lincoln County Patriots, coached by Marty Jaggers. And he said, just like Mick Jaggers is how you pronounce it, Marty Jaggers.
Right, and
probably wishes he was related to Mick Jaggers.
It's just, Covington Catholic, the secondary.
Or maybe he doesn't wish he was related to Mick Jaggers.
I don't know. Mick Jaggers is he's an odd person to figure out.
Yeah, but his lips are so big, he gave New York a hickey, didn't he? Here's the punt by Wehrman. And it's going to bounce away from the Lincoln County return man. He goes back, scoops it at the 5. That's Simpson, and he's going to break tackles. He's to the 8, fumbles the football, and Cath has it. Robbie there to get it. Cath has it at the 10-yard line.
That's a great play by Covington Catholic, and if you're Jeremy Simpson, you got to think you go ahead and try to let that ball roll into the end zone. And I don't know, he picked it up at about the 5-yard line, and by that time the coverage was down, and you can't fault him for second effort trying to break some tackles, but good job to strip the ball away by Covington Catholic on their special teams play.
So Covington Catholic, where's our sideline man, Dave Gaduli? I've lost him a long time ago. Where's he at?
He's running around down there somewhere. I think he's on the Covington Catholic sideline. We'll have to look for those strange pants that he's wearing.
I have no idea. I think we've lost our sideline man. And a penalty flag comes down. Oh, here he is right here. Let's go down to Dave Gadilli. He's right behind the Lincoln County bench.
Gary, Cath are getting some great breaks in this game. Ball bounced to Dustin Hicks for a touchdown, fumble. But you not only got to be good to win the state championship, you got to be a little lucky. And Covington Catholic is executing. They're coming up with the breaks. And also they're getting some good play out of their offensive line. Back to you, Gary, you and Bill.
You know, that penalty
was against Lincoln County. So Cath has it, Bill, at about the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for Dustin Hicks. Hicks looking to give it to Job now. Job dances his way. Touchdown, Mitchell Job. As he dances his way into the end zone. That is touchdown number 20 on the season for Mitchell. And Cath just like that on top, 20-7, 8:28 to go here in the first half.
And that's what a good team does. When you get an opportunity, you get a turnover, and you're already starting off in great field position inside the red zone as Cov Catholic was. You've got to take advantage of it, and that's what they did. And for Mitchell Job, that's 86 yards now on just 8 carries.
Here's Rob Farrell with the point after touchdown. The kick is up, and it is good through the right side. 8:28 to go, and the Colonels 21 to Patriots 7 in the AAA state championship. Stay with us. Kick is taken by Simpson at the 12. He's at the 15, 16, and run out of bounds at the 17. That was Aaron Simpson, the younger, the sophomore, and he's got to take it up to about the 17-yard line. That's where Lincoln County will go to work offensively here in the AAA state championship from Cardinal Stadium here in Louisville, 21-7. Mitchell Job has 2 touchdowns for Cov Cath here, a 56-yard run and a 5-yard run. And then Dustin Hicks, you know, Dave Gadilli talked about, said it takes a little bit of luck to win a state championship. And what a kind bounce the football took for Dustin Hicks as he scooped it up and went in for the score.
Right, Mitchell Job took it down, had the first down on the 4th and about 3, and there was Hicks to pick up the loose ball from the 12 and run it in.
Smith gives Simpson right side. He's hit there by Wolf, and he's going nowhere. Ricky Wolf greets him in the hole at the line of scrimmage and stands up the All-State first-teamer, Ricky Wolf.
Right, and of course his brother Mike won the 2 state championships for Covington Catholic back on, I think, 87 and 88. So I'm sure he'd like to bring home the state championship as well, keep that in the family.
7 minutes, 53 seconds to go. First half of action. 21-7. If you're just tuning in, I'm Gary Ball with Bill Harmon, Dave Gadilli on the sidelines. And here's a give now to Simpson. He's to the 25, and then Matt Hummel comes over there to finish him off with Pete Wehrman. And he's going to be a couple of yards shy of the first down. So it'll be 3rd down and about 3 for Lincoln County and company. Lincoln County just a stone's throw from Danville, Kentucky, not far at all outside of Lexington. About a 35-minute drive outside of Lexington, Lincoln County. And this is the first trip since 90. They won the state championship in 1990 against Ashland.
Right, and that was Lincoln County's only blemish on their record, a 12-26 loss to Danville in the 3rd game of the season.
Jay Smith takes the snap. Quick pitch to Simpson around the left side. Simpson up to the 29 to 30. He's got the first down. As Matt Hummel, and also hustling over there for Covington Catholic was Joel Luckman. Joel Luckman making the play, 6'1", 185 senior.
Right, Simpson just an off-tackle play on the left side, and you know he runs hard. He keeps the legs moving, and he's a pretty powerful back. And he just kept his legs churning and picked up the hard yardage and got that first down. And he's got almost well, I got him for 94 yards here on 13 carries.
First down for Lincoln County. They have it at the 30-yard line. Jay Smith now. He spins, gives to Simpson left side. He stood up there by Rob Newhouse, the defensive end for Cov Cath. Rob Newhouse making the play. Simpson picked up about a yard.
Now, Rob Newhouse is a guy that's come along. You know, he doesn't start at the tackle. They got Matt Lutz, who starts at that position in front of him, but Rob Newhouse gets a lot of playing time, and he does an excellent job on that defensive line for Covington Catholic.
6:19 to go in the first half of action. 21-7, Covington Catholic on top. Mitchell Job with 2 first-half touchdowns. 2nd down for Lincoln County. They need 9. They have it at the 31, moving left to right. Smith, quick pitch to Simpson. He fumbles the football, picks it up off the carpet, and then fumbles it again. I think Cov Cath's going to get on it, and let's see what the officials rule. They may rule him down. Cath says they have the football, as it looked like coming out of there with it was Lockman. But they're going to rule that Jeremy Simpson was down back at the 25. They're going to lose about 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 15.
Yeah, and boy, that was a great play once again. Look at Ricky Wolf in there to cause some havoc, and he did a nice job to recover the football after it bounced off the turf. But then after that, I don't think he really regained possession, and then Covington Catholic closed on him. But I think, as you said, they ruled him down, so they will retain it. They got a big 3rd and 16 coming up. And tough situation to be in, especially down deep in your own territory like they are.
Jay Smith, who had 10 touchdowns, 1 pick coming in, has been picked off by Thoss already, and he's in a passing situation. Instead gives to Simpson. He breaks tackles at the 30. Simpson to the 33, but he's going to be well short of the first down. It'll be 4th down at about 7. There were a lot of Cath defenders there to get him. Pete Werman, the All-State first teamer there, making the play. And Werman's come to play tonight, Bill Harmon.
Yeah, he has. He's been on there in several tackles. I would say he already has probably 6-7 tackles. And this is the 4th drive going for Covington Catholic, or for Lincoln County here tonight.
4 minutes and 49 seconds. Brian Thoss back deep to receive for Covington Catholic. Dusty Miracle set to punt back at the 22. Thoss set to receive back at the 30 for Cath. Punting left to right, Lincoln County. Here's a miracle punt. And it's end over end. Thoss at the 34, takes it in the middle of the field, cuts it over the far side at the 40. He's at the 42, and he can't get away from the tackler. There is a penalty flag down at the 45. Penalty marker down as Cath took it to the 42, but there is a penalty flag down.
Right, and that's usually in an area out there by the middle field. It could be a personal foul.
The uncovered 32 yards.
Gary, I'll tell you what right now, this game, if Cath goes down and can drive this ball down and score again, it's going to put Lincoln County in a tough spot. Right now, Cath's got most of the breaks. I got to say one thing, though. They're emotionally fired up, and they're ready to continue on, I think, with what they've been doing. They're mixing their offense up well. The ball's getting slippery to hold on. It's really getting wet. The field's already soaked, so the rain factor, you can start seeing a lot of fumbles coming, so you need to hold on to the ball. Back to you, Gary and Bill.
Yeah, I think that penalty was a holding call against Covington Catholic, so it'll mark him back. They're going to spot it back at the 32-yard line when they'll take over. Really, they've done a good job. That's only their 2nd penalty here tonight.
At the 32-yard line, Covington Catholic, twin receivers to the near side. 1st down for Dustin Hicks. He's got an I formation. He fakes now to Job. Hicks has got it 35, 36, up to the 38, where he's knocked down by Lincoln County at the 38-yard line. Dustin Hicks. And making the play was Sims, and also hustling over there Reed to make the play, number 45. Dustin Hicks a pickup of about 6 yards, so it'll be 2nd down and 4.
Right, Covington Catholic has scored on 3 of their first 4 possessions, this being their 5th. And for Dustin Hicks, he's already run the ball 4 times, and he has 37 yards, so he's doing a good job of running the football here tonight.
3:40 to go in the first half. Cath 21, Lincoln County 7. Gary Ball, Bill Harmon, Dave Gaduli. Here's the give now to Daly, and he takes it up close to 1st down yardage. He's got the 1st down up to the 43-yard line. John Daly, the 1st down for Covington Catholic over the right side, following Belbot and Ford over there. The offensive line of Cath, Dave Gaduli mentioned a little bit earlier in one of his comments. Travis Hanser, Zarahusen, Ford, Ben Belbot, and Andy Halloran doing a super job of blowing off the football. They're much bigger than the defense of Lincoln County. Lincoln County's ends are 185 and 200. Foster's big at 275, Mitchum at 215, but Cath has a lot of beef up front.
Right, and that helps, especially in the kind of conditions that we're playing in with the wet surface that there is here.
At the 43, Dustin Hicks sets on offensive line. Blitz being showed. He rolls right. Dustin Hicks has all kinds of time. Still looking. Finally throws it deep downfield and complete at the 38-yard line of Lincoln County. Dustin Hicks aired it out. Intended receiver was Hollenkamp.
Yeah, that was a play that really never, I don't think that after Hicks decided to roll out, usually receivers like to, after their pattern, they like to come back to the ball to help him out, and it didn't really look like anybody did, so Hicks just went ahead and threw it downfield, and really, I think Hollenkamp would have been out of bounds if he'd have made the reception anyway.
Bill, I guess you could say possibly the pass was intended for Geraci, but Hollenkamp was in the vicinity as well, so it could have been either one of them.
Right.
2nd down, Hicks now. Delayed draw. Joe midfield. Joe to the 45 of Lincoln. He's at the 40. He may go. He's at the 30. Joe's at the 20. He's at the 15. He's gone. Mitchell Joe. Touchdown, Covington Catholic. The yardage will be identical to his first score, 56 yards.
He's having an outstanding game, and You can't say enough about the job that he's done this season, and Covington Catholic is just rolling right now. We saw a great offensive output last week. 34 first-half points against Bell County, then the #1 ranked team. And Coach Lynn Ray said after that game last week he hadn't seen a better first-half football, and they're doing a great job again here tonight.
2:53. Mitchell Jobe, 2 56-yard touchdown runs, 3 TDs here. But Farrell's kick up, and it is going to be through and good. 2:53 to go, and it's Colonel's 28. Lincoln County Patriots 7. We'll be back. Farrell's kick taken by Simpson to the 15 to 20. He's at the 27 and knocked down at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, and it looked like Drew Gunther, a good special teams player for Cath, made the tackle on that play.
So Jeremy Simpson takes it up to the 27-yard line. 2:46 to go here in the first half of action. Let's go down to Dave Gadula.
Gary, I tell you right now, Covington Cath's got everything going their way. Things are looking good, but like I told Jeremy Lennahan, don't let up. You got to keep playing hard. It's never over. It's still over. They need to prove everybody that they're the best team in 3A in the state, and I think that's what they're going to do here tonight. Back to you, Gary and Bill.
Simpson to the 30, hand off by Smith, and he's going to be knocked down there. Gang tackles, as a matter of fact, by several Colonels. Let's see who gets up off the stack. Blessings there. Let's see who else. It looked like Matt Robbie was in on the play.
Ricky Wolf
was in there. Robbie was in there. Pickup of about 4 for Simpson up near the 30. 2 minutes, 7 seconds. Both teams have all 3 timeouts left here in the first half. 28-7. Covington Catholic here by 3 touchdowns. Mitchell Jobe already has how many yards, Bill Harmon?
Mitchell Jobe, 9 carries for 142.
Here's a give now to the fullback of Lincoln County. Takes it to the 33-yard line. A pickup of about 3 there. The ball carrier that time for Lincoln County, as I said, was Eugene Lucas, 5'10 senior.
And it looked like Ricky Wolf was once again in there on the stop, and he's made some big plays in the last couple of series. He had the forced fumble and that one on one of the Simpson runs, and he's been in the last couple of times making a stop here on this drive.
1:27 to go. 3rd down and 3 for the Patriots of Lincoln County. They're going out of the full house now. Jay Smith gives to Simpson, and he's stacked up there. Matt Robbie hit him first. McDavid, and let's see, Wolf, and also Rob Newhouse.
Yeah, and that's a good job. They try to run up inside, and that's great pursuit by the defense. And we talked about the size advantage weight-wise, and I think we're seeing it here. If it's Covington Catholic is winning the battle up front on both sides of the ball.
57 seconds to go before halftime, and Lincoln County will have to punt the ball to the Colonels of Lynn Ray. Lynn Ray, 2 state titles, looking for his 3rd, and here in the first half looking very strong to pick up his 3rd. Beechwood's Mike Yeagle today picked up his 3rd in 3 years, so they 3-peated, and I tell you what, they can go for the 4-peat next year with what they got coming back.
You're exactly right. The skill players coming back for the next season should be a great team again.
Miracle high punt. Brian Thoss, fair catch at the 36-yard line. That's where Covington Catholic will go to work. Just 27 seconds to go here before halftime. And Covington Catholic riding the legs of Mitchell Jobe's 3 touchdowns. 2 of those TDs, 56-yard scampers. The other a 5-yard run. Dustin Hicks, the other touchdown, as Jobe fumbled inside the 10. Hicks picked it up on the bounce at about the 11 and scooted on into the end zone for 6 points.
Yeah, just as Dave mentioned last time we went down to him, you know, Covington Catholic's had the breaks in the first half, but, you know, they could go the other way in the second half, so they need to keep putting the pressure on.
Dustin Hicks back in the pocket. Hicks looks over the right side. He throws it over there, and it's caught and incomplete. The ball was caught there for a moment, then dropped on the far side of the field by Mitchell Jobe. That'll bring up 2nd down, just 21 seconds to go here in the first half of action from Cardinal Stadium here in Louisville, Kentucky. Gary Ball, Bill Harmon up here high atop in the press box, and our man Dave Garuli, as we've nicknamed him, down on the sidelines here.
Right, and been had to weather that storm in the Beechwood game. But, you know, on that last play, Hicks had Andy Shields running the post pattern right down the middle of the field. There wasn't anybody around him. He elected to go to Jobe on the flats.
Hicks, delay draw now. No, looks to pass, comes to the near side. It's caught at to the 45, 46, 47-yard line by Covington Catholic, and slammed out of bounds will be Mitchell Jobe. So Jobe takes it to the 47, and he's close to first down yardage. Just 13 seconds to go here remember last week against the undefeated number 1 ranked Bell County team, Cov Cath at halftime led 34-0. Tonight, 28-7, so Cov Cath looking very impressive, Bill Harmon, in their last couple of ball games after struggling offensively against the Connor Cougars. I'd say we got to give credit where it's due. Connor was playing some great football late in the season.
Yeah, they were, and you know, looking at Lincoln County, they have 6 shutouts, and they're out of their 14 games this year, and we'll get back to it after this play.
Quick snap to Dustin Hicks, steps up, and he's not going to elude the linebacker, and he's going to be pulled down at the midfield stripe. Nice play turned in defensively by Lincoln County, and it was Todd Coulter, 5'11", 185, who pulled him down from behind, and Cov Cath is going to call a timeout with 5 seconds to go here before intermission. Cov Cath 28, Lincoln County 7. We'll be back. Dustin Hicks with 5 seconds, and they're going to blow the play dead. So, and the clock is running out with no time, but they did blow, the play should be dead. So there's got to be a couple of seconds left. There were 5 seconds before the play. It's going to be motion against the Colonels of Cov Cath. 28-7. Cov Cath on top. 14 points in the first quarter. 14 points in this quarter. Lincoln County got their touchdown on a nice run by their All-State player Simpson.
Right, good for 33 yards, and you know he has 103 yards in the first half on 18 carries, and you know coming in we said he averages 26 attempts per ball game, so nothing unusual to see him get the lobe 18 times already, but we expected that in these type of playing conditions, and he's doing a pretty good job for them. Really the only bright spot for the Lincoln County team so far.
Trip set to the far side. Dustin Hicks back in the pocket, airs it out over the right side, and it's going to be caught by Cov Cath, but it's going to be and a flag thrown and knocked out of bounds over there was Sean Oliver, so Cov Cath should get another play. It cannot.
2 flags.
Yeah, 2 flags down as the clock winds down to 0, but a great catch by Sean Oliver over at the 25 with 2 flags down. And we'll unravel this thing, but Cov Cath will probably get one more wing at it because, of course, the half cannot end on a defensive penalty.
That's right. That'd be great right now because at the 25, you can give Rob Farrell a chance to come on the field and try a 3-point field goal, and it'd be about a, well, from 25, it'd probably be
about a 42-yarder. He's definitely
right.
got the leg from there.
Right. They had 2 flags that might be offsetting, and that would change it all. I think that's going to be the call. Yeah, so they'll offset.
Offset. And the football's at the 25, so let's see what Lynn Ray elects to do here. This is the 3A state championship. The winners today, Beechwood. Back to back to back. They three-peated today, 13-12 over a team that nobody was supposed to be able to beat, Bardstown, but Beechwood would have none. Jason Sims set to kick off, and Covington Catholic will receive. Sims will kick off for Lincoln County. He'll kick left to right on your radio dial. Back deep to receive for Covington Catholic as Lincoln County spreads the kicking team. Back deep is Brian Thoss for Covington Catholic. Sims set to kick off. The crowd trying to get Lincoln County fired up, and here's the Sims kick. It's going to be a short one taken by Cov Cath 30. Returned by Robbie to the 37, 38-yard line. That's Matt Robbie, I believe. Takes it up to the 38-yard line. Matt Robbie, who's being recruited by some MAC schools. We talked about that. He's going to go and play some college football. Pete Werman, first-team All-State linebacker. He's being recruited by some Division I college football teams. So probably 3 or 4 of these Covington Catholic players will go on and play some college football.
Yeah, exactly right. And most of them will probably come on the defensive end. We've seen Mitchell Joe have an outstanding game here tonight. Whether he's Division I material, I don't know, but he'll definitely probably play some college football somewhere.
Wide outs to both sides for Dustin Hicks. He's got the I formation. He spins. He gives now to Mitchell Jobe. Jobe finds a crack, and he's at the 45. He's at midfield, and he cuts it back at the 40, and he takes it down, Bill, to the 38-yard line. Nice run by Mitchell Jobe as he found a seam, and he made a nice cut at about the 50-yard line, and that enabled him to pick up another 12, 13 yards.
You're exactly right. Breaking tackles, that's what we've seen him do all throughout this course of this game so far, and he got a great run that time. A way to come out to the ball game, start out 23 yards to tack on to what he's already put together in that first half. I have been unofficially 10 carries for 175.
Hicks now has trip set out to the far side. He gives now to Jobe. He dances his way down where he's knocked down by a defense, Jimmy Jones, the outside linebacker, 6'1" senior there to make the play as Jobe danced down to about the 36 for about a 4-yard pickup.
Right, Mitchell Jobe, that's a guy we've seen, told you about it. He's the workhorse. He's going to get the load. We've seen Dustin Hicks have 5 carries in that first half. And so he's run the ball a little bit more than usual. But for the most part, Mr. Job, he's going to be the guy that's going to carry the ball. And seeing that they have the lead, it's a great weapon to use him and utilize the clock.
Well, Lincoln County gets the football, Bill. I look for them to try to get Jimmy Jones into their offense a little bit more. He's being recruited by Georgetown College. Wideouts both sides, a slot to the left side. Hicks now gives to Joe right side. He can't break the tackle this time. Down to about the 35-yard line. Nice open field tackle turned in there. Nicely done by number 19 of the Patriots, and that is Jason Mitchum, a defensive tackle. Mitchum, 6 foot, 215 pounds. He'll be back next year for Lincoln County.
Right, and that's one of the few times we've seen Lincoln County get in and actually make a good defensive pursuit at the line of scrimmage. You know, Covington Catholic has really had their way in winning the battle up front here so far. And but as we said, that's one of the few times they made the play, and they only allowed Mr. Joe to get 1 yard on that run.
You're right. You mentioned that in the first half, the offensive line play of Cath being a big factor. And here in the third quarter, you're right. Other than that play there, it's been outstanding. 3rd down and 5 for the Colonels. The offensive line is set. Dustin Hicks with a quick pop over the left side, incomplete to Bryce Calvert at the 20-yard line. Bryce Calvert sliding on the AstroTurf. Back defending was Burnell Newcomb, the 6'2 safety for the Lincoln County Patriots. 9:52 to go in the third period.
Right, and Calvert, he's their speedy receiver that they got. And, you know, I think he comes in averaging about 30, maybe 30-plus yards per reception, so he's the big play guy. And in that zone coverage by the Patriots, he found a seam as he went on the little quick slant, and Hicks like maybe let him just a little bit too much, and he couldn't come down with the reception.
Pete Werman, who booted 150 yards on his only punt in the first half, is set to punt. They fake it to the outman Wolf, and he's not going to get the first down. So a big momentum builder possibly for Lincoln as they fake the punt to Whitney Wolf, and he's stuffed by Lincoln at the 35, so they'll have pretty good field position.
Yeah, and we saw that last week against Bell County, and I think they worked for Covington Catholic then, but maybe the Patriot team and the coach Yeagers was ready for that because he saw something possibly on film, and they read that perfectly, and it came up short, and they got the football back. Probably in the momentum on their side too as well.
Lincoln County at the 35. Jay Smith, the quarterback, gives the ball now to Jones. And as I said, they'll try to probably get him to the offense a little bit more. He picks up about 4. Jimmy, a 6'1", 180-pound senior, came in 7.5 yards per carry, 10 touchdowns.
Right, and that's his first carry here tonight. And so you're exactly right. A guy that's put up the kind of numbers he has this season, you want to get him the football a little bit more. It's been Jeremy Simpson. He's carried it 18 times and Lucas 3 times.
Marty Jaggers told me, Bill, that Jimmy Jones has been heavily recruited by Georgetown College. He said they want the young man very badly.
Right, Georgetown is a great football program at the NAIA level.
2nd down and 6. Lincoln County going left to right. They give now to the first man through and the fullback. It's going to be Lucas, and Lucas takes it up to the 43, maybe the 44, where he's going to be just shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd down at about a yard. And making the play was Newhouse for Covington Catholic, 6', 200-pound senior.
Yeah, we talked about it. Rob Newhouse, a guy that doesn't start usually for the defensive line up there. The Lutz brothers hold down the tackle spots, but he's a guy that comes in, and when he plays hard. He makes a lot of plays for that Cub defense.
Lincoln County, 3rd down at about a yard. Jay Smith, quick pitch now to Simpson around the right side, and he's hit, and he's close to the first down marker. Good effort by Simpson, and Simpson's close to the first down marker. Brian Thoss and Schumacher in on the play for Covington Catholic, and Simpson with a good effort. He came in, of course, into this ball game with nearly 3,000. He's gone over the 3,000 mark, and he also has 46 touchdowns. Of course, Sean Alexander, the great of Boone County, with a 42 touchdowns, or 43 check, and he had a touchdown against Mayo.
Right, Jeremy Simpson, you know, as you said, after the over 100 yards here today, he's gone over the 3,000 mark, and it's 4th and 1, and I think Lincoln County's going to go for it.
Paul Gray says, here's the give now, and hit, but I think the second effort might have gotten him the first down. Lincoln County's ball carrier, I think, has the first down. Good effort on the second effort. Robbie making the play there. The ball carrier for Lincoln County that time was Jones, and he got the first down.
Right, not much, just a little trap play inside, and they went to Jones that time with a fullback, and he just did squeak through to pick up exactly 1 yard, and just enough for that Lincoln County first down.
Lincoln County will send Aaron Simpson out to the top of your radio dial. Jay Smith gives now. Here's penalty markers down as he tried to give it off the right side.
Looks like it's probably going to be against the offense of Lincoln County. illegal motion, or, well, actually, yeah, false start.
False start against
So I have that. That's only 4th penalty of the night for Lincoln County. We really haven't seen it in the Beechwood game, and of course in this game we really haven't seen a lot of penalty flags thrown between the 4 teams.
Jeremy Simpson, Aaron Simpson. Simpson, a 6-foot sophomore. Jeremy, 5'10" senior. No relation. First down. Football back at the 40-yard line. Aaron Simpson splits out to the top. Jeremy's the tailback. Slot to the left side for Smith. He gives now to Aaron Simpson right side. Hit by Wolf and dropped at about the 42-yard line.
Yeah, once again, another great play turned in by Ricky Wolf. And he lined up actually, he creeped up a little bit, actually almost like an in there position on the defensive front for Covington Catholic. And as soon as he took the handoff, he was right in there on the pursuit, and he tripped him up for just a 1-yard gain.
6:47 to go in the 3rd period. Covington Catholic 28 and Lincoln County 7. Second down and 15 for the Patriots. They're going left to right. And Smith now rolling right. Throw steps up, and it's going to be incomplete as he throws it out of bounds at the midfield stripe. That brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and that was a great pursuit that put on that time by Lenahan and Newhouse on quarterback Jay Smith.
And let's go down to Dave Gaduli.
Gary, the momentum definitely is still going Covcast way. I tell you what, they're getting good play up front out of McDavid, and their defensive people getting a lot of penetration. Wehrman, Ray, Rob. I talked to Coach Ray right before the last play. He's feeling pretty confident, but you can't get too confident. You still got to put people away. Knock them out, get the knockout punch, get them away. Back to you, Gary and Bill.
Spoken like a true boxer. Here's the give to Simpson. Hit and stacked at the 43 to be 4th down and long. 4th down and long. If you want a cassette copy of any of these state championship games, Beechwood's 3rd straight or Covington Catholic's apparent win here in 93, give us a call at 291-2255 during normal business hours, and we'll take care of it for you. A great Christmas present idea, Bill Harmon.
Yes,
stocking stuffer, whatever you want to call it.
Right, it is. It's something that, you know, these kids, especially these seniors, won't ever play high school football again, and especially in state championship, and it's something they'll always remember and you'll have around, and it's a great gift, as you said.
High snap to Miracle, pulls it down, gets off the punt. Hummel back deep, and he's got it to 23. Doesn't call a fair catch, and he's going to be knocked down at the 22-yard line. That's what Cath will have at 5:44 to go here in this 3rd quarter of action. Again, join us for high school basketball throughout the winter. Tuesday night, I believe we've got a good one. If I'm not mistaken, it's Newcath at Covcath out of Covcath. That'll be a good one, Bill. Of course, you had your debut last night, I believe, on the Scott Tip-Off tournament. Bill Harmon with the play-by-play capabilities. And I heard here's the give right side, Joe. And he's to the 26, tripped up as he spun around a pickup of about 6. Getting back to that. Had your debut last night. I understand things went quite well out at the Scott Tip-Off tournament.
Yeah, it did. The people out there treated us real nice, and we had a good time, and I was glad I could help out with Scott and Doug Sloman doing the game. And you know, the finals of that will be tomorrow night. Of course, we won't be broadcasting it, but it'll be Highlands and Covington Catholic for that championship.
You realize you did it with the #1 and #2 score in the 9th region in history. Scott Drought #1, Schlomer #2. Hicks fake, bootleg, rolling right 30. Hicks 35, breaking tackles 40, dragging people. He drags people up to the 47. What a run by Hicks.
Yeah, an excellent run that time. They ran the fake inside to the fullback, and he took it to the outside. The fake it fooled actually the defense for the Patriots. The linebackers, they were sucked inside, and Hicks had a lot of room, and at about the 43, 44-yard line, he just started carrying people. And great run that time, a pickup at about 21.
Stay tuned after the ball game tonight. We have our post game right on the carpet with Dave Gaduli and head coach Lynn Ray and our stars of the game here, right down on the carpet here at the Cardinal Stadium field here in Louisville, Kentucky. Movement on the right side of Lincoln County. No flag. Give to Daly. He's to the 40. Daly down to the 39. Nice pickup for Daly of about 15 yards. He takes it down to the 39 of Lincoln County. You know, Daly last week against Bell County, Bill Harmon, had the nice 33-yard right up the gut of Bell County. Took it in for the score.
Yeah, it was. It was a trap play last week that he ran right up the middle, and he just outran everybody for that touchdown. He's a guy that can give Mitchell Job a breather, and he does a good job of picking up yardage for them. And you know, so far in this game, 3 carries, I have him 4 for 24 yards, so 8 yards per carry. He's doing the job.
Lincoln County needs some repair done to one of the defensive backs' helmet. And so coming out of the ball game for the Patriots, to repair the helmet will be Steve Mullins. First down for the Colonels at the 39 of Lincoln County. Dustin Hicks with twins to both sides. Got the power I formation. At the 39 far hash mark, they're moving right to left. Gives to Job. Job stacked up, and Hicks is going to fake it, and it's almost going to be picked off. Hicks with great play action. I thought Job had the football as he carried out the fake. As a matter of fact, number 16, Jake Sims, put the best hit on Mitchell Job he's put on anybody tonight.
Yeah, that's right.
But Job didn't have the ball.
Right. As you said, it was a great play action that time by Hicks, and he tried to throw it downfield, trying to find, I think it was number 24, Hollenkamp, if I'm not mistaken, down deep at about the 25-yard line. And the pressure put on him by the defense of Lincoln County forced him to, I think, overthrow the receiver, and the incompletion was a result.
Second down, 4:21 to go in the third quarter of action. Wideouts both sides for Lynn Ray's Colonels. Dustin Hicks from the 39 sets the offensive line. Hanser snaps. Hicks back in the pocket. Screen to the near side of Robbie, and he's going to be stacked and hit hard. Brought down on a good play by Lincoln County's defense. Jimmy Jones, the outside linebacker, number 8, making a nice play. That's a young man that Georgetown's coveting.
That's right, and it's going to be a loss of 9 yards. They set up the screen to Robbie to the near side, and it didn't fool anybody. Hicks stayed at short drop and just looked to the sideline. That's where he threw it to, and good defensive pursuit to come in and make the stop on Robbie. And as I said, an 8-yard loss.
Covington Catholic now back at the 48-yard line. Third down and 18 yards to go. Dustin Hicks takes a snap. Pump fakes now. Wants to air it out down the middle. Throws it, and it's going to be tipped and incomplete. Almost picked off, tipped by Lincoln County linebacker. Sims got a hand on it. And that brings up 4th and long. So Cath will punt it to Lincoln County. And threes are wild. 3 minutes, 33 seconds to go here into third quarter.
Right, the Cath offense has seen to struggle a little bit, especially when they've gone to the passing game. And Dustin Hicks not having a great night tonight. Right now he's 4 for 12 in the ball game for only 38 yards.
Jeremy Simpson back deep to receive, and he'll move back a little bit further at about the 10-yard line. And Pete Wehrman, All-State linebacker, first team, set to punt it away. Wehrman's punt is off, and it is going to be over the far side. Simpson will watch it bounce, takes a Cath roll down inside the 2, goes into the end zone, so they'll touch it back to the 20-yard line. Looked like for a moment there, Bill, it was going to stall at about the 4, and maybe Cath able to pounce on it, but it took the last roll there on into the end zone.
Right, and Jeremy Simpson did the right thing that time. Didn't try to go over there and pick up the ball after it hit the surface. He just went ahead and let it go, and it did, as you said, roll into the end zone, and a 48-yard punt for Mr. Wehrman, and after the touchback net of 28 yards.
Bill, Heavenly Hams, one of our sponsors, has a great program going this Christmas. This Christmas season, Heavenly Hams, in conjunction with Beechwood High School, Covington Catholic, and Highlands, are having a fundraiser with Heavenly Hams. You buy Heavenly your Christmas ham through, here's a handoff left side, pick up of about 3 for Lincoln County. You buy your ham through one of the school booster programs, and a portion of the proceeds will go back to the booster. So a great program by one of our sponsors, Heavenly Ham. Want to give them a plug there, and I also want to thank our good friend, Jim Wilman, as he brought up the meat tray up here to the radio crew.
That's right. Heavenly Ham's a great sponsor. They got some great, delicious food. I know we enjoyed that between games. And
back at the suite.
That's right. And I'll tell you what, you people out there listening, you need to try that Heavenly Ham's. It's great food, and it's great for the holidays.
Pick up on that last carry of about 4 for Jones. And here's a give now to Simpson. And Jeremy takes it up to the 28, where he's knocked down Matt Robbie making the play. That'll bring up third down at about 3 now for the Patriots of Lincoln County. 13-1 under Marty Jaggers. Of course, Marty, the younger, is the son of Joe Jaggers, head coach of North Hardin. And North Hardin, of course, knocked out of the playoffs this year. They were ranked number 1 pretty much all season long.
Yeah, that's right. It was a battle between Boone County midway through the season. I think Mayo got the spot after Boone got knocked off in their opener against Cath. And then I think North Hardin regained about mid-season the number 1 spot, and they were knocked off. So the good coaching, family bloodlines.
2 minutes and 8 seconds to go. Third quarter. Here's a handoff now to the first man through, and Lucas, and he's stuck and knocked backwards at the line of scrimmage. Eric McDavid making the play there.
Yeah, Dave Gaduli mentioned that last time we had spoken to him, we mentioned how Eric McDavid's been getting in there, getting some good pressure, and making some defensive stops. He lived up to it right there on that play, got in there on the backfield and made the stop for a loss.
David and Luckman, Covington Cake's interior defensive lineman, having a good game now. They're taking it the other way, so it's making a big difference. I think Cath's got to pick up the momentum a little bit. You know they got the game won at this point. They got to get back and pick up the momentum and get the game and finish it off strong. Back to you, Gary and Bill.
Miracle's punt is going to be down at the 45 by Lincoln County. No return by Covington Catholic. 1:17 to go in the third period, but there is a penalty marker down back at the 30-yard line, so hold the phone.
Yeah, I was watching that play. It looked like Newsom, the safety for the safety for Lincoln County, and Pete Wehrman were having some words. I know Newsom was pointing in the face of Mr. Wehrman. Back by where the flag took
Bill,
place.
I was holding the phone.
I saw that.
It's a brown phone. I think it's a Conair or something. It's one of those cheap, Conair. One of those cheap jobs you get at Big Lots.
Yeah.
But it gets the job done.
That's right.
$4.99 special if you're thinking of Christmas. If you're thinking of Christmas ideas. Okay.
Let's get back to the matter at hand.
And right now, the matter at hand has been all covered. Lincoln County pointing toward Covington Catholic, so apparently they're going to get a big break here and get the ball back possibly. So that will give them a first down.
Yeah, like I said, I think Newcomb and Wehrman got into it, and I think that's going to be a personal foul against Pete. That on that play, it'll give him enough yardage for that first down, so they'll send their offense back on the field.
We want to thank, of course, Brooks Downing, the sports information director here at the Kentucky High School Athletic Association, for all his help with the broadcast and everything here at Cardinal Stadium. I want to thank Mike Yeagle today from Beechwood and all the folks from Beechwood as they're celebrating tonight in Fort Mitchell, their third straight. And Bill Harmon, they may become the first team ever in the history of Kentucky high school football to win it 4 straight years. They have got the talent back next year to do it again.
Yeah, they do. They got a lot of their Lou Brockhoff and Zeller all be back in the backfield. Of course, Hurt at the quarterback.
Smith gives up the gut now to Lucas, and he takes it up to the 41-yard line. So, you know what that'll mean, Bill Harmon?
What's that, 4 Pete?
4 Pete, and it probably means I'll be back for another year or two, because you know I'm not going to bow out of this thing until my Beechwood Tigers are beaten by somebody, and so far it hasn't happened.
That's right, and of course, as Mike Yeagle said on the post game after their win, you got another ring coming your way.
Yeah, and I think this one might have a few diamonds on it, they told me. I can handle that. Hey, you know what? Before Beechwood's done, I might have one on every finger.
Possibly.
Hey, Paul Gray's got some big rocks there. Hanover College. Jeremy Simpson, the ball carrier. He picks up a couple, be third down. We're approaching the end of the third period. 24 seconds to go, and it'll be third down and about 3. Paul Gray, of course, led the nation in passing his senior year at Hanover?
Yes, he did. He was #1 ranked quarterback. First team All-American at Hanover back in 1991, I think it was. And he got a ring for that honor.
Something they'll never take away from him.
I think he set 16 school records at Hanover, if I'm not mistaken, after his career was all said and done.
You know, they can take away your cars, your homes, your dog, your cat, and everything else, but they can't take away your state championship. That's going to do it, or your passing records. The Patriots moving right to left this quarter at the 44-yard line, right in the middle of the field. Smith takes a snap. Gives right side, and leaping up close to first down yardage is Julian Gander, a 5'8 junior. Gander close to first down yardage. I think Bill Harmony does have the first down. So Gander, the ball carrier, that's the first time the juniors carried the ball here in this evening. Covington Catholic here as we start the fourth quarter. 28, Lincoln County 7. And Bill, it's been the Covcat defense all playoff long, and really all season long, is the reason that they'll probably go to 14-1 and win the state championship. Their defense has been stellar. You know, going into the Connor game, they're not giving up a point. They gave up 3 points to Connor. They gave up some points to Bell County, but those were sort of excuse-me points because it was 34-0 at halftime, and they've only given up 7 to Lincoln County.
Right.
Here's a give around the right side to Jones. He's up near midfield. He's plastered at about the 49-yard line. Ricky Wolf and McDavid there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Ricky Wolf's had an outstanding game. He continues to make big plays here tonight. He's made several, especially after the start of the game. Pete Wehrman was in there quite a bit to open up the game, and I know you liked him to have a big game, and he's still doing a good job, of course, but Ricky Wolf just seems to be standing out at this point.
Wehrman, of course, 6'3", 225, first-team All-State linebacker. Second down for Lincoln up near the midfield stripe, and they need 9 yards for a first down. Far hash mark. They're moving right to left, and Jay Smith back in the pocket. Looks over the far side, throws it downfield, incomplete at the 35, trying to go to Aaron Simpson, the 6-foot sophomore, quick in. 10:49 to go in this one, and that'll bring up third down.
Yeah, I tried to hit Simpson, as you said, on a crossing route in front of the linebackers, and Jay Smith just threw it out in front, let him a little bit too much, and that was a timing play. And, you know, Smith right now, 1 for 5 in a game for 13 yards and an interception. So both quarterbacks have struggled. I know it's tough. It's not raining anymore, but I'm sure that ball, because of the wet surface, has probably made it difficult to hold on to.
We'll talk about 3A domination after this play, Bill Harmon. 3rd down and 9 as far as Northern Kentucky and state championship. Smith, quick pitch around the left side now, and that's going to be to the 45, and then down. That's Jeremy Simpson out of the 44. He'll be about 3 yards short of the first down, but you go back to 19 in the 80s, of course, Highlands won a couple of titles. In 87, Cath won it. 88, Cath won it. 89, Fort Thomas Highlands won the state championship. In 90, it was Ashland. 91, Bell County. And then in 92, Highlands. And 93, Cath. So Northern Kentucky, the last 6 or 7 years, has dominated the 3A playoff picture as far as state championships are concerned.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And, you know, it's kind of hard to put a pinpoint exactly why the teams up there are so good, but maybe because they play great teams year in and year out playing each other.
Dawson Hummel back deep to receive this miracle punt. Miracle from the 45, gets off a high punt, and Dawson Hummel calling fair catch, fumbles it, pounces on it at about the 17. 9:57, the clock running, 55, 9:55 to go. Stay tuned immediately following the game for our post-game show, and we'll have it right down on the carpet here at Cardinal Stadium with Dave Gaduli. He'll talk with Lynn Ray and our stars of the game. And again, any cassette copy, any playoff game, any regular season game, state championship game, you can get a Christmas present idea. Call us at 291-2255. 291-2255. And I guess, Bill, you know, it's Christmas, and I'm sort of in the Santa Claus spirit. We might even lower that price a little bit. Not.
Probably going to have a lot of orders, especially for these 2 championship games.
Here's the give left side to Job. And Job still on his feet. He's breaking tackles at 21. They can't bring him down. And like a bull, he's going to run it up to the 25-yard line. They still didn't bring him down. Here comes a late flag up at the 35-yard line as we had some altercation going on up there between one of the receivers for Cath and one of the DBs there for Lincoln County, Johnny Van Hook. He was mixing it up with Bryce Calvert, and there's a penalty flag down. I think Van Hook of Lincoln County is going to be whistled for.
Yeah, there's the signal right there by the official. It's got a personal foul against Lincoln County. So not only will it be interesting to see, they'll probably take the penalty because there'll be more yards in Mitchell Job's run. I think Mitchell Job picked up about 6-7 yards in that last play. But with the penalty, it'll be about 15 yards, so they'll probably take that.
Beechwood won their 3rd straight, so they have 4 state championships now as they three-peated today. And then you look at Covington Catholic, they're going to win a state championship. Mike Yeagle, what a great job he did. Lynn Ray looks like he's going to win a state championship, but none of our coaches were even nominated for Coach of the Year.
It doesn't make sense. You know, Tim Owen and Simon Kent did a great job, and of course Tom Snowman at Connor. Just doesn't make sense.
Hicks spins, gives to Job, and Job bouncing off people. Finally is going to be hammered by Sims. That's a big stick by Sims. And also there to make the prop was Reed.
Yeah, I tell you what, this Lincoln County team, they haven't showed any signs of giving up, that's for sure. They're still out there playing hard and put some good hits on these Covington Catholic players. But, you know, a scoreless 3rd quarter of the game has really slowed down from what we saw in the first half.
I talked about halves. You know, the season for Cath has been, they've had a great first half, a great second half. So far, no points here in the second half, but 28 big ones in the first half. Hicks gives to Job. And he's to the 43. He stood up and knocked down. It'll be 3rd down and about 8 for the Colonels of Covington Catholic. Good defense by Lincoln County. Sims was over there once again along with Reed.
Right. Mitchell Job went up to try to get it between the guard and the tackle, the left side, and the blocking, the hole right there just closed down on him, and he just ran right into about 3 or 4 players, 3 or 4 red jerseys, and he couldn't pick up any yards. It was a no gain on the play to bring up a 3rd and 8.
8 minutes, 50 seconds to go in this 3A state championship. Covington Catholic's going to win their third state championship. Hicks waiting for the snap. Quick pop over to far side. He's got his man. He takes it up near midfield.
Geraci.
And that's Joe Geraci, number 84. Or check it. It was Matt Hollenkamp, number 24, Bill. Hollenkamp, 6'3", 165 senior with the reception. He's close to first down yardage, but he'll be about a yard shy. It'll be 4th down and a long yard for the Colonels. at the 49 far hash mark. Clock running 8 minutes and 19 seconds to go. 8:19, that's all that stands in the way, Bill Harmon, of Cath winning the state championship here in 1993. How sweet it is.
Exactly. 3 straight for Beechwood. It'll be the 3rd for Cath. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Lynn Ray will be 3 for 3 in state final games.
You're exactly right.
So he definitely loves Cardinal Stadium.
You know, last year, that great Cath team with Adam McCormick and Cogswell picked to go all the way. And this team not getting a lot of ink. They were ranked high, but, you know, they're going to win it. Sort of ironic, isn't it?
Exactly right.
Inside the 15, and Cath roll to the 14-yard line. And that's where the Colonels will have the football at the 14. 7:46 to go in this one. And Lincoln County down by 3 touchdowns, 7:46 to go. And the Cath defense has been spectacular all evening long. If you're just tuning in, Beechwood 13-12 over Bardstown, and Mayfield over Prestonsburg. Prestonsburg actually had a shot to win that game. They missed a field goal late in that game, Bill Harmon.
Yeah, they did. It was about we were just coming into the stadium. It was somewhere in the 32, 33-yard range. And, you know, it was raining at that time, and the kick went up. It was short by just a little bit. And Mayfield went on to win 13-12.
Smith gives left side up to the 15, maybe the 16-yard line. Jeremy Simpson, the ball carrier. Jeremy Simpson is going to go out in spectacular fashion for Lincoln County. What a senior season he had this year, leading them to the state championship game.
Right, he's had a great year. He's over 3,000 yards now after the yardage he's picked up here tonight. Over 3,000 yards on the season. That's an unbelievable feat. He's going to end up probably 46 touchdowns, maybe, unless he gets another one, but probably won't break the all-time state record. But he's just an unbelievable and a great season for that young man.
What a great season by the Cath team this year. They're going to win the state championship
game. They'll face number 1 in the country in high school football, St. Ignatius.
2nd down. Give left side now, and popping up to the 25 and close to first down yardage. Simpson has the first down as he picks up about 9 or 10 yards. Hummel there on the tackle for Cath.
Right, Simpson now, it was his 27th carry. We talked about it coming in. He averages 26 totes a game, and that was number 27 right there, and 134 yards unofficially.
First down for Lincoln County. They have it at the 25, near hash mark. 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the state championship. Covington Catholic. Give left side. Simpson hit, knocked backwards, spins around, picks up about 3 or 4 yards. Good effort by Simpson. Making a play there, Ricky Wolf, the linebacker for the Colonels.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Ricky Wolf's had a great game. I know I've been harping on him a little bit, but you know, he just seems to be making play after play after play. And you know, it's not just him, but it's the entire defense. It starts up front. The guys up front do a good job of blocking, and they set it up for the linebackers.
Gary and Bill, Cath substituting freely now. They got a lot of their second team in. The kids are still playing pretty good defense. They come back with their second team, and they don't want to give up no points, but pretty much this game will just be academic in a little bit.
Here's Smith, and he's going to be sacked all the way back at the 20-yard line.
And that second team's playing pretty good.
That was Eric McDavid, Gary, came in on the sack, and you know, Dave alluded to it earlier in the game that he's starting to pick it up and make some tackles as the game's progressed here tonight. And he comes up with a big sack, and you know, I know Coach Lynn Ray and the coaching staff for Covington Catholic has really been impressed on his being able to make the transition from the offensive line to that defensive line, and been doing a great job.
Be 3rd down for Lincoln County back at the 25-20 to go in the ball game. Cath 28, Lincoln County 7. Beechwood won the state title today, 3rd straight. Cath's going to win a state championship. Smith back in the pocket, throws it near side, and it's caught at the 33, then knocked out of bounds. Another real incomplete. They say it was bobbling the football. Matt Hummel making the play. The reception was turned in by the Patriots of Lincoln County's Casey Miracle, a junior. And did they rule that he had the reception?
Yeah,
yes, they did. And when Ed gave it to him, the official was running over, going like this, like it was incomplete, Bill. But they gave him the catch up at the 34, so never mind.
Right, and you know, Matt Hummel back there playing back in one of the corner spots, he just gave him too much room. It was just an out pattern, about a 10-yard out. Sims got it finally on the mark, and he made the reception, and too much cushion that time by Hummel on the receiver.
4th and 2. Give up to Gott, and close to first down yardage. Good running there by Lincoln County. Jimmy Jones, I believe, the fullback had it. Or was it Gander?
All carried by number 30.
Julian Gander had the ball. So, and he's close to first down yardage up near the Robbie making the play there for Covington Catholic.
Yep, Matt Robbie. We talked about him.
Time out for
And
measurement.
like we said earlier, they're going to bring the change.
Smith back to pass, looks over the far side, and it's hauled in there by Miracle. Takes it up to the 40, knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field. Casey Miracle.
Yep, Casey Miracle. He caught that 14-yard reception 2 plays ago that got to set up that Gander first down run on a 4th and 2. And that time it was just a little flat. It went to the far side of the field, and he just outran the coverage man that time for Covington Catholic and made a nice catch over the shoulder to haul that one in, although it was a short gain of 4 yards.
And, you know, that was a nice touch, too, by Smithville because he had to loft the ball over the Cath defender and lay it in there to Casey Miracle. Nice pass by Smith.
Right, he's 3 of 7 for the game now for 31 yards.
Lincoln has it at the 40-yard line, first down and 10. The officials are going to stop play. Official timeout as they're going to check the
We have an official timeout.
chin strap of the Lincoln County Patriot. Lincoln County came in 13-1. Cath 13-1, but Cath's going to win the state championship and go to 14-1. Lincoln County is going to end a great season at 13-2. Wideouts both sides for the Patriot. Give inside to Simpson. He's up to the 44 and pick up of about 4 in, and he's stacked up there by the defense of Covington Catholic. McDavid there once again. Robbie was there. But McDavid's played outstanding. We're going to have to talk to him on our post-game show. You know, it's a tough call to get started the game. Mitchell Jobe, obviously, a leading candidate with 139, 140 yards in the first half and 3 touchdowns.
Right, I had him for 142 in the, I think, at the halftime, and he's extended that. I'll have to tally it up, but you guys are right. Eric McDavid's had a big game, turning it up as the games progress. He seemed to get better, and
Ricky Wolf's played great.
Yeah, Ricky Wolf just had an outstanding game. This is going to be the 11th play of this drive. They started back at their own 14. They've only moved about 30 yards.
Third down and 4 for the Patriots. Motion by Jones. Jay Smith, he gets pressure from the backside, steps up, eludes it, rolls. He's got the first down and more, and he's finally going to be run out of bounds on the far side. Chris Blessing, the linebacker, Blessing, a 6', 200-pounder, making the play on the far side, but first down up near the midfield stripe for Jay Smith, 6'2", 160 senior. Jay Smith, you know, a lot of people might think, well, okay, his name is Jay, J-A-Y. No, just the letter J, Jay Smith. Have no idea what that stands for. That's all that appears on the program or anything we received. Jay Smith.
I wonder if he has a really long, unusual name, hard to pronounce, and so they just went with Jay.
Like maybe jalapeno or something?
I don't know.
Jay back to pass, steps up. He's got some running room. He's at the 40, 35, and he takes it down to the 34 of Cath. First and 10 Lincoln, 3:51 to go here in the ball game. And a spark of life for the Patriots offense as quarterback Jay Smith takes it down to the 33 of Covington Catholic. They're moving right to left. They're in the red with the white helmets and the red L. Cath in the white with the blue pants.
Right, Pete Wehrman came on the blitz that time, had a shot to make the sack, but give Smith some credit. He moved, just slipped to the right, avoided the rush. Then he had wide open field up the middle, and he picked up 16 yards.
Smith now gives to Simpson. And he squirts his way down about to 31, pick up of 2 or 3 yards for Jeremy Simpson. Every time he picks up yards in this game, it's going to add to his record at Lincoln County High School. It's going to be hard for somebody to surpass the yardage that Jeremy Simpson's put up on the board for Lincoln County this year, and the touchdowns.
That's the best way to describe it.
And we did have a quick timeout there, but the officials now with second down are going to give Lincoln County the play, 31-yard line. Smith now. Rolling left, sets up, throws it downfield, and it's going to be caught at the 20 and taken inside the 20-yard line. That's Casey Miracle again, the junior. 3:09 to play, and Miracle has it. The nose of the football inside the 20 of Cath. It'll be first and 10 Lincoln County with Cath 28, Lincoln County 7. Gary Ball, Bill Harmon, Dave Gaduli on the sideline. Stay with us for the postgame show. Congratulations today. I know Mike Yeagle and a lot of the Beechwood folks are probably listening. They went home to celebrate tonight. Congratulations to the Tigers of Fort Mitchell and Beechwood. 3rd straight Class A state championship.
Yeah, and Coach Mike Yeagle's done an outstanding job. His 3rd year as head coach, 3 state championships.
Hey, how can you do any better than that?
You can't.
Here's a pass, a screen over the far side to Simpson. He's got it to 20. He's at the 15, and he's knocked down hard by Blessing. Blessing put a shoulder into him, and I want to tell you,
he's down.
Simpson is not moving.
Woo, what a stick.
Second down and 3. Here Gander comes in motion. They pitch it to him around the right side. Gander trying to break the tackle, and he squirts up to about the 10. Ricky Wolf making another nice play along with Brian Thoss. Just 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the state championship game. And Covington Catholic's going to win their 3rd state championship. They won it back-to-back 87-88. Beechwood won their 3rd straight today, 13-12 over Bardstown, a team that everybody thought was really unbeatable. But Beechwood would have none of that. Mike Eagle said at the post game, you know, Beechwood not given much consideration, much ranking this year, but he said, you know what you can do with those rankings because we just won our 3rd straight title.
That's right. They beat everybody in line to the title from 10 to number 1.
Give to Gander, and he's close to first down yards, stacked up at about the 9, but I think he's got the first down. Yes, he does. First down for Lincoln County. 2:02 to go in this one. It's the Colonels 28, the Patriots of Lincoln County 7. Gary Ball, Bill Harmon, Dave Gaduli join us for the post-game show and to wrap things up here from Cardinal Stadium.